Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. From my family to yours, I hope yesterday was an absolutely amazing, blessed day for everybody. But in this video, I thought I'd just show you all how I make my turkey, how I do my green beans, and just what the Thanksgiving Day morning was for me. Okay, so while the oven is warming up, I thought I would harvest some more beans for my green beans. And as you can see, there's a few green beans there to harvest. So let me grab those real quick. Okay, so another nice little haul of these Taiwanese long beans. Some of those beans I left on because they're covered in aphids. All of a sudden, aphids have just started coming on rampant here. Okay, so all in all, I think this is a pretty good harvest of beans to add to everything I've already harvested. So let's go in, start working on that turkey. Okay, so I've got the oven going. This recipe that I do for the turkey is really easy, y'all. I don't really do much to it, but let me show you. So the first thing we're gonna do is get it out of the brine, rinse it off really well, pat dry it, and then get it in the baking pan. Really not a lot to this. You know, this has been sitting in here with a lot of ice for the last couple of days. So right now it's really important to get this washed down really well and then pat dried. So the oven is preheated at 350. This is only a 12-pound turkey, so we're gonna go 3 hours. It's like 13 minutes a pound at 350. So 3 hours from now, the turkey will be done. But before we get it in the oven, there is a little, this is that one seasoning that I add. And let's just say it's butter. Okay, y'all, so what I like to do is right in here on each side of the leg, I like to poke right up underneath the skin and open that little section up. It's like a little pocket. And then what I do is I push my hands all the way through to the very front, creating this huge pocket on this side of the breast. And then I'm gonna do the same on this side without cutting myself. Doesn't take much to get that little pocket going. And what you're doing is you're pulling the skin away from the meat right there. And you're creating two little pockets that are perfect. Then I'll also put a bunch of butter right down inside those pockets right in here on each side of the thigh of the leg. And then a ton of butter in the center. And that's it, y'all. I'll coat the outside with butter. And did I tell you I use a lot of butter for this? You want to push it as far forward as you can and then coat everything on the inside of that pocket, or those two pockets right there. Now I'm not sticking my hands into the butter container because I don't want to contaminate that. That's why I'm using the spoon. And I'm not joking when I say I use a lot of butter for this. Now, I don't do the Tony Chachere's or any of the other seasonings and stuff. This is the key for at least for me, for a good, tasty, moist. The white meat is always super juicy and flavorful, and it's the butter that is the key for that. So again, I don't want to say you can't put too much butter, but I use a lot of butter, as you can see. Again, this is Thanksgiving. This isn't some heart-healthy meal. For me, it's once a year that I'll eat turkey, so I don't mind getting a little crazy. And that's it, y'all. I'm gonna get this in the oven. Let me go ahead and wrap it really quick. Get her in the oven. Okay, so now I'm going to set the timer for an hour. When I pull it out after an hour, I'm going to use whatever juices that are in there and take them, squirt them all over everything, and then keep that process going. Now you can use chicken stock at the bottom if you want, just to give it a little bit more like a baking kind of effect if you want. I've done that years, and I just like doing it this way. Just let the flavor of the turkey do its thing. I've never had any issues with it at all. Now, I'm sure there's a million different ways to cook turkey. This is just how I'm doing it, y'all. Just showing you a little bit of what I'm doing today on Thanksgiving. Okay, so while the turkey is in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the green beans. I'm not gonna start them yet. For me, this recipe for the green beans takes about an hour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prep the green beans. I'm not even gonna get everything together yet, but I'll show you what I do to prep these green beans, especially since I'm using so many different types of green beans. These long beans, I'm just gonna take the tips off of all of them. So to make this as quick as I possibly can, I'm gonna go ahead and line them all up as best that I can, considering these are all different lengths and everything. And just gonna take the tips off. These will go out to feed the worms outside. Now these tips don't really matter, but just in case people look at them, they're like, man, I don't know if I want to eat those. I'll go and take the tips off of those also. And again, if you have a compost bin or something like that, be sure to save all of these for your composting. And there we go, y'all. These are done. So that's what I'm going to do to all the beans while I'm prepping them before I actually get them into the pot. Now, I will cut all of these down into about 2-inch lengths. Try to make them uniform as possible. The dragon tongue beans right here, I'm just going to take the tips off of these. And if y'all have never grown these beans, I'm telling you, you got to try them in 2025. They are so doggone good. I have a harvest and taste on these beans that I'll put up right here. Okay, so I've got about an hour and 15 minutes left for the turkey. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start my green beans. This is a very simple recipe that I use. Green beans, chicken stock, salt pork. You could also use bacon if you want. I've just always used salt pork, salt, pepper, and onion. Other than that, that's it. Put it all together in the pot. Cook it on a slow heat till they're nice and soft and ready to eat. Very easy recipe, y'all. Super easy. The salt and the pepper is just a taste, and I put a lot of this in because I like the flavor of the pork. That's it. Super easy. So let me put it all together and get it going. These are all the green beans that I froze last week. I did that video on freezing your green beans. This is them. And I'm just chopping them roughly. They don't have to be uniform, of course, the green beans. It's all good. I'm gonna chop all these dragon tongue beans in half also. Again, just, you don't really have to do this, but I don't want anyone being shocked by like, hey, what's the deal with this super long green bean here? Definitely have more than enough beans here, that is for sure. But isn't that the awesome thing about having your own garden, is you can just grow your own food, feed your family, friends, whoever you want to feed. And it's the joy of growing, right? Love it, love it. Now, let's cut the salt pork up. And if y'all have never used this, just think of it as bacon. This one actually, for the first time ever, is pre-sliced. Oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier. That is literally the first time I've bought this and it's been sliced ever. All right. So I did probably about half this block, maybe a little bit more than half. This is just gonna give the beans a great pork flavor without using bacon, and there's already salt in this pork, so you don't really need to go heavy on the salt, believe me. Maybe one more good piece like that right there. All right, done. So for the onion, I'm just using a yellow onion, and we're just gonna cut the onion into whatever this is called. I don't do a lot of the onion, but I definitely want some onion flavor in it. So, cut those in half like so. To be honest, y'all, this pot might be a little too small. So the onion is hitting me in the eyes right now. All right, y'all, that's everything. Now we're gonna get it over on the stove. All right, chicken broth. This is the magic ingredient. So we're gonna use just one, what is this, 32 ounces of this. The rest we're gonna fill up with water. I'm gonna put a lid on this. We're gonna get it going. You wanna do it on low heat for an hour to 2 hours, somewhere in that range. The rest we're just gonna fill up with water until the beans are completely covered. Just about like so. Now we're gonna crank it on high. That's what I should have said at the beginning. High until it starts to boil, and then we're gonna lower it back down so everything simmers. As I'm dropping everything in the kitchen right now. Y'all, I have a lot of beans in here. Good grief. Woo, it's hot. Oh, it got me. Man, it got me good, y'all. Oh. Well, everybody, even though I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, going on 4 years, there are times when I'm filming a video where I completely forget that I'm filming a video. So, the turkey came out, looked absolutely fantastic. I've already deboned it. As you can see, it's already taken care of. Got it all wrapped up. All right, so that's all done. Now it's time to go eat some some Thanksgiving dinner. So on behalf of myself and my entire family and friends, I want to wish you all the most blessed Thanksgiving ever. Hope you all had a great day yesterday. Y'all take care. God bless. Continue to shine bright and harvest hard. And I will talk to y'all again real soon. Happy Thanksgiving.